Have you ever caught yourself wondering, how much time do I really have left? Not in a fearful way, but more in quiet moments, like sitting by the window with your morning coffee, watching the world go by just a little slower than it used to. Maybe you felt the ache in your knees a bit more this year, or noticed your memory slipping now and then. It's natural. After all, crossing into your 70s is a whole new chapter. But here's something most people don't talk about. While genetics do play a role in how long we live, science shows that how we live, what we do day to day, can often predict how long and how well we'll live far more than just our family history. And no, it's not about extreme diets, endless hours at the gym, or giving up all the good things in life. It's about small signs, simple things your body and mind are telling you right now, that science says can point to how long you're likely to live after 70. And the best part? Once you understand these signs, you can take action even today to stack the odds in your favor. Let's talk about the first one. And it might surprise you. Your walking speed. That's right. How fast you walk can actually say a lot about your overall health and longevity. Researchers from the University of Pittsburgh found that seniors who naturally walk faster tend to live longer. Not Olympic speed fast. Just a confident, steady pace. But because walking speed reflects so many hidden things. Your cardiovascular health, your muscle strength, your nervous system, even your mental focus. If you walk slowly and cautiously, it could be your body compensating for weakness, poor balance, or reduced heart health. But here's the good news, you can improve it. If you've noticed your steps getting shorter or your pace slowing down, try adding just 5 or 10 minutes of intentional walking a day. Focus on posture. Swing your arms. Breathe deeply. Over time, those small efforts build your stamina and increase your speed. Think of each step as an investment in your future. Not just living longer, but living better. Now, let's talk about your grip. Have you ever noticed how strong your handshake is these days? Or maybe how tightly you can open a jar? Grip strength might seem like a minor detail, but studies published in The Lancet show it's one of the most powerful predictors of longevity in older adults. Strong hands aren't just about opening pickle jars, they're connected to overall muscle function, heart health, and even brain activity. A weak grip could signal declining muscle mass, which is a common risk factor for falls, frailty, and even early mortality. You don't need fancy gym equipment to build hand strength. Something as simple as squeezing a soft stress ball while watching TV, or practicing safe light weightlifting with canned goods or water bottles, can gradually rebuild that strength. Even gardening or kneading dough counts. Every squeeze, every twist of the wrist, is like telling your body, I'm not done yet. But strength and speed alone aren't the full story. What about your outlook on life? That brings us to the third sign, your sense of purpose. Do you still feel like you have a reason to wake up in the morning? Not just routines or chores, but a real reason. It could be something simple, tending to your garden, calling a grandchild, volunteering at the local library, or even learning a new hobby like watercolor painting. Studies from Okinawa to California have shown that seniors with a clear sense of purpose live longer, healthier lives. Because purpose gives your brain a direction. It reduces stress, keeps your mind active, and strengthens your immune system. Even if you're retired or live alone, your purpose doesn't disappear, it just changes shape. Maybe it's sharing your wisdom with younger people. Maybe it's finding joy in stillness, in quiet observation. You don't have to be busy to have purpose. You just have to care about something enough to keep moving forward, even in small ways. And if you've been feeling a little lost lately, that's okay too. The fact that you're even watching this video says you're already seeking, already listening for that next nudge. That matters more than you know. So, we've talked about how you walk, how strong your grip is, and whether you still feel a fire, no matter how small, guiding you through your days. These aren't just random details. They're signs, backed by real science, that can quietly predict how long you'll thrive beyond 70. But there's more signs, more ways your body and mind are quietly showing you the path ahead. And more importantly, more ways you can tip the scales in your favor, starting today. Now that we've talked about the strength in your step, the power in your hands, and the light in your spirit, let's turn to something even more subtle, but just as important. Your sleep. Now, I know, sleep isn't always easy after 70. Maybe you wake up too early. Maybe you toss and turn, or find yourself drifting off in the middle of the afternoon. But how well you sleep, and more importantly, how rested you feel when you wake up, can be a powerful sign of how your body is aging. Scientists at Harvard and other major research centers have found that poor sleep quality is closely tied to heart disease, memory decline, and weakened immune function. On the flip side, people over 70 who consistently get deep, restorative sleep are more likely to live longer and stay mentally sharp. But here's the part most people miss. It's not just about the hours you're in bed. It's the quality of your sleep that matters most. Do you feel refreshed in the morning? Are you waking up naturally, or are you constantly jolted awake by aches, noise, or worry? If your sleep isn't great lately, don't panic. It doesn't mean your time is short. It means your body is signaling something needs attention. Maybe it's your evening routine. Maybe it's too much stimulation before bed, TV, bright lights, caffeine. Even just creating a small wind-down ritual, like listening to calming music, dimming the lights an hour before bed, or sipping a warm, non-caffeinated drink, can begin to retrain your brain to relax. And don't underestimate the power of sunlight in the morning. A short walk outside or even sitting by the window with your coffee helps reset your internal clock, making sleep come more naturally at night. Remember, deep sleep is when your body repairs itself. It's not laziness, it's medicine. And speaking of medicine, here's another sign that often flies under the radar: how many medications you're taking. Now, of course, if your doctor has prescribed something, it's for a reason. But multiple studies have shown that the more daily medications a person takes, especially after 70, the more likely they are to experience complications that can affect longevity, like falls, confusion, and weakened kidney or liver function. This doesn't mean you should stop taking anything on your own. But it does mean it's worth having a conversation with your doctor or pharmacist. Are all your medications still necessary? Could any of them be causing side effects that are quietly wearing you down? You'd be surprised how often dosages need adjusting or medications can be safely reduced or replaced over time. It's not about toughing it out without help. It's about being an active partner in your own health. And don't forget the natural alternatives that sometimes support medications. Gentle movement like Tai Chi, stretching, or chair yoga can help reduce stiffness or blood pressure. Foods like leafy greens, berries, or oily fish can support brain and heart health. These aren't quick fixes, but over weeks and months, they build a stronger foundation that might one day mean fewer pills and more freedom. But perhaps one of the most overlooked signs of future health, one you might not even notice in yourself, is how connected you feel to others. Loneliness, believe it or not, has been shown to have the same impact on the body as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's not an exaggeration. Social isolation increases your risk of dementia, heart disease, and depression. On the other hand, feeling part of a community, even a small one, has powerful effects on longevity. So ask yourself, when was the last time you had a meaningful conversation? Not just small talk at the store or a nod to the mailman, but a real heart-to-heart moment with someone who sees you, someone who listens, someone who laughs with you or even shares a quiet silence. If that feels too far away right now, know that it's never too late to reconnect. Maybe it's a neighbor you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe it's a local club, a church group, or even an online community for people your age. Connection doesn't have to mean a room full of people. It can be one good friend, a weekly phone call, a letter you send that sparks a reply. These tiny threads of connection, even if they seem small, can weave a stronger safety net than you think. And don't ever feel ashamed if you've been feeling lonely. Many people your age do. It's just that not many talk about it. But reaching out, even once, is a sign of strength. It says, I still have stories to tell. I still matter. So now we've looked at your sleep, your medications, and your relationships, 3 areas that may seem unrelated, but are deeply tied to how long and how well you live. Together, they paint a picture not just of how your body is functioning, but how your heart and mind are holding up, too. Because in the end, longevity isn't just about extending time, it's about filling that time with quality, peace, and purpose. And as you may be starting to see, so many of these signs aren't fixed. They're not a sentence, they're a signal. And when you listen to them with intention, when you respond with care and action, you change the course of your future, one choice at a time. Let's keep going. There's one more sign, perhaps the most powerful of all. There's one more sign, perhaps the most powerful of all. And it's not in your muscles or your medications. It's in your mind. Specifically, your ability to stay optimistic. Now I know, after 70, life doesn't always hand us reasons to smile. You've probably had your share of losses. Maybe a partner, a sibling, or an old friend who's no longer around. Maybe your body doesn't do what it used to. And some days, the weight of those changes feels heavier than words can say. But here's something remarkable. Studies across the world, from Yale to the Netherlands, have found that seniors who maintain a positive outlook on aging live up to 7.5 years longer than those with a more negative view. That's more time to enjoy your grandkids. More walks in the park. More sunsets. And it's not just about years, it's about the quality of those years. Optimism, it turns out, actually lowers stress hormones, improves your heart health, and even strengthens your immune system. Being optimistic doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing, even when life is hard, to believe that something good can still happen. That joy is still possible. That you are still becoming, not just aging. It could be as simple as starting your day by writing down one thing you're grateful for. Or looking for one beautiful thing on your morning walk. Or forgiving yourself for something you've carried too long. Optimism isn't about ignoring the hard stuff. It's about reminding yourself that the hard stuff isn't all there is. And if you find yourself surrounded by negativity, on the news, in conversations, even in your own thoughts, it's okay to set some boundaries. It's okay to choose peace. To protect your spirit. Because protecting your peace protects your health. So now, we've journeyed through 7 quiet, powerful signs, each one a window into your future. Your walking speed. Your grip strength. Your sense of purpose. Your quality of sleep. The medications you manage. Your connection to others. And your mindset, the lens through which you see the world. Together, these aren't just signs. They're messages. Your body, your heart, your soul, they're always speaking to you. And when you slow down and listen, really listen, you give yourself the gift of awareness. And with awareness comes choice. And here's the beautiful part. Every one of these signs can be nurtured. You can walk a little more today than yesterday. You can stretch your fingers, strengthen your hands. You can find purpose in the smallest acts of love. You can build better sleep, ask better questions about your health, reach out to someone who misses you more than you realize. And you can choose, again and again, to believe in the goodness of life, no matter your age. If you're still here, still watching, still listening, you're already doing it. You're already showing up for yourself. That's the first and most important step. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You just need to begin. One breath, one habit, one thought at a time. So here's to you, for being curious enough to learn, brave enough to reflect, and wise enough to know that age is not a limit, it's a launch pad. You are not defined by a number or a chart or a scan. You are defined by your spirit, your choices, and your willingness to keep moving forward, even when the world wants to slow you down. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What sign resonated with you the most today? Was it something physical, like your grip or walking speed? Or something deeper, like your relationships or sense of purpose? Share your thoughts in the comments. You never know who you might inspire just by speaking your truth. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, and subscribe for more uplifting, science-backed content made just for you. Because your story matters, and it's far from over. Here's to living your best life at any age. And especially now.